Jesse 84, 89433. I want y'all to listen to this real careful.
I understand why you feel the way you feel, because Master taught you the way he taught you. But if you ever leave out the United States of America, you will find out this fair game at all these ages that is talking about right now. I've been on this earth 15, 16 years.
Is ready.
Hey, you are limited to think that you gotta wait for a hoe to be 18.
No.
For it to be something that's right in your mind. But do the research on these other countries and find out when grown can put grown holes.
The new Corey Holcomb PDF receipt.
Did y'all hear him? Did you hear clearly what he said out of his mouth? And see, I believe in playing the whole video. And even though this is a clip, nigga, you can hear clear what he said. He's telling you. Did y'all hear him? Or should I? If y'all want me to play it again, nah, I'm going to play it again so I can break it down. The nigga's telling you that if you go to other countries, if you stay in America, you missing out. Because in other countries, you can have them girls at 15, 16 years old. You get to blaze them. Take the what? And lead a what? Peace, God. Appreciate you from VA Beach. Albuquerque, thank you for sponsoring this war. Yo, Haas, I've been watching you for, I'm 28 now. I'm going to say I've never changed. Thank you, family. Appreciate you. Get your hands out of my pocket, TV. Are y'all listening to what I'm listening to? The nigga Corey said, listen to what he said for all the parents out there.
I understand why you feel the way you feel, because Master taught you the way he taught you. But if you ever leave out the United States of America, you will find out this fair game at all these ages that is talking about right now. I've been on this earth 15, 16 years.
Is ready.
Hey, you are limited to think that you gotta wait for a hoe to be 18.
No.
For it to be something that's right in your mind. But do the research on these other countries and find out when grown can put grown holes.
The new Corey Holcomb PDF receipt.
Do the research for when grown men can put grown in these holes. He's talking about 15 and 16-year-olds. Poetic Flacco is killing Corey, as he should.
These have hit the timeline. It is probably worse than the last ones.
You never looked at a daughter room who almost grown.
Oh, here we go. Jesus.
Just sit your mouth.
It's amazing. In 3 weeks, we're going to say this whole episode on SVU. I can't crack any jokes.
Unless it was a part.
Come here, let me show you. Is that a good thing to do?
No.
My son is coming to town this week. He's 16. Should I take him somewhere?
No.
These bathhouses out here?
Are you
Is
serious?
they washed by a big...
I don't think so.
16?
No, I don't think so. Unless
Just
he's
relax
18.
and let it happen, boy.
No, if he was 18, maybe. He'd take him.
What's that 16-year-old kid look when they get their washed by a
Yeah,
grown
Mr.
man? Let us squirt you. Stop squirting. You looking at you be like this? Right.
He's crying, he's sniffling?
Let it happen.
At some point, we have to start asking.
So Corey's sitting up there talking about his son coming to town, as y'all can hear, and taking him to a bathhouse at 16 so the old hoes could play with his little 16-year-old boy. But you notice that with Corey, in a lot of these clips, he's in love with that 16, that teen, which I don't care to me. That's still a child. 16, you still a child. I don't want to hear nothing about you knew what you was doing. Nah, I don't play those games. When grown people think that they can play with them teenagers, we got a problem. We talking about an old man creeping up on his 50s if he ain't 50 already. How old is Corey Holcomb? 57.
57 years old.
Creeping up on 60. Disgusting.
What's the punchline? What was the punchline if these were jokes? Corey Holcomb asking the room if anybody else has ever looked in the room, of an underage girl who was the daughter of a woman he was dating, and they was like, right, no. Right? Or Corey Holcomb saying that he wants to get his son sexual experience with grown women on his 16th birthday. Like things like that to me is like, hey, bruh, what's the punchline? If you were joking, tell me the punchline though. What was the da-dum? Because there was none. I didn't see one or hear one.
Anybody want to talk about that?
Wait, what? We just
Their kids saw you naked or something.
No.
This must be why his old co-host is no longer on the podcast, because dude was not going for none of that Corey Holcomb stuff. Yo, look at the level of disgust. The level of absolute disgust on his face when Corey Holcomb said that. Why in the world would the woman you're dating kids be able to say they have seen you naked? What's going on here? There's no excuse for it to happen once, okay? Which is why I understand Zoe's disgust. But Corey Holcomb has told multiple stories like this. The first story we heard in the last video where we examined the PDF receipts that had hit our timeline, he talked about how, like, the 15-year-old, right, like the daughter was 15, and she came in the room and she hopped under the covers and he was butt naked with nothing on. Now he's about to tell a story where this time around the story involves a 9-year-old.
No, never.
It was an accident, but it happened.
Yeah, almost.
One of the kids walked in the room and me and the mama was under the cover naked, and then one of the little girls got under the cover and was like, oh, I was like, yeah.
This is why you chicks got to be careful who you invite into your house. He laying in the bed with the mother out of his own mouth. Kid walks in a room, because kids do that. They open up doors, especially if the doors ain't locked. See him in the bed. He ain't got no clothes on now. He's saying yeah to the kid too. It's coming out of his mouth. This coming out of his mouth. This coming out of his mouth. And y'all wonder why kids in the hood is dysfunctional? You know how many kids got violated by their mother's boyfriends? And they can't tell what happened to them because they don't want to embarrass their mother? You know how many kids got violated by their mother's boyfriend and they can't tell their story because their mother don't want to be embarrassed? The kid is protecting the parent when the parent should be protecting the kid. Adrian Barnes, violate that like button. Baltimore, the building. Thank you for E704. Haas, can you shout out my girl Candy? She watches you every day. You the voice of the street. Shout out to you, Candy. Shout out to you, Candy. Haas, whatever happened to Bullets Gotti? Who cares? Haas popping tonight. Let's make the haters matter. The haters is tight right now. They tight. But they done messed up because now I got screenshots that I could take to YouTube so they can sit up there and clean these bots off of my channel. Clean them right off.
Yeah, too. How old was the little girl? Probably about 9. Oh, she wasn't that. Yeah. She saw why her mama ain't charging me no rent. 3 or something. It's like,
oh. So he's talking about a 9-year-old. Did y'all catch that? He's talking about a 9-year-old. Did y'all catch that? Shout out to Poetic Flacco.
On, bro. This is the second time Corey Holcomb have accidentally been viewed naked by a woman he's dating child. Now, I would assume he's talking about 2 different women because it was 2 different girls, right? With 2 different ages.
Correct, Flacco, because I heard the other video where he was talking about a different age. You are absolutely right. Absolutely right.
How many times does this have to happen before we say, dude, maybe this ain't an accident, man? Maybe you are intentionally putting yourself in this situation. Because this don't sound right, bruh.
Like that happened to me for real. One day I was living with this lady and her daughters crawled in the bed and I ain't have yeah. I was up under the cover. And I was like, and one of her daughters was like, her daughter was she was in high school. I think she was 15. Still not legal.
Still not legal. Words coming out of his mouth. Why is he so obsessed with telling the world how these kids keep coming in the room and they seeing him naked? Why is he so obsessed with telling the world that these children is coming in the room and seeing him naked? Hello?
You just can't tell your true thoughts. Her daughter was gonna be thick like her mama. I know that much. Yeah.
I can't tell you what.
The nigga said, you just can't tell your true thoughts. She gonna be thick just like her mama. The niggas, he's sizing up the woman that he's supposed to be laying with, 9-year-old child. Yeah.
Person that this situation has happened to, yet alone somebody that it has happened to multiple times.
I want to say to that little 16-year-old girl who was arguing with me, you born to lose. You're going to lose. I can tell how you are. I'll be there when you lose, too.
Can you imagine if this like,
I'm going to find your back page handle, and I'm going to get at you, goddammit. That's when you sodomize a little boy, but it make a different sound, too.
No, don't.
When you
what? When you sodomize a little boy, it makes a different sound? This nigga telling on himself. And some people are smart to commit these crimes in other countries where you can sit down and you can do this to little kids. Because in other countries, the age limit is younger. That's why Africa Bambaataa used to love going to Brazil. And Corey's telling on himself.
sodomize a little. You know Corey Holcomb went too far with that one. When you got Darlene saying, Corey, Corey, no, that's not good to say, Corey. This, it's such a treasure trove, but Corey Holcomb and his minions, right, and his cult followers, alleged cult followers, obviously, right, because, it's all alleged. They will defend this by saying, Corey Holcomb's just an edgy joker. He's an edgy comedian. All right.
Let me tell you something. America, guess what? Guess what, America? All you dumb who ain't never left the hood. I understand why you feel the way you feel, because Master taught you the way he taught you. But if you ever leave out the United States of America, you will find out this fair game at all these ages that is talking about right now. I've been on this earth 15, 16 years.
He's ready to...
Corey Holcomb said with a straight face, the reason why
he said she been on this earth 15, 16 years. She's ready. He's obsessed with that 15, 16 number. Y'all don't hear it? These are different videos with this dude.
Aren't attracted to kids is because Massa brainwashed us. Corey, no brainwashing was done, bro. I've never thought about doing anything like that to any type of child. Is wrong. And if I was in a different society, I'll be on the right side of history with these things. This is just objectively wrong. Now, Corey would somewhat save himself only to provide a caveat. Okay? See, Corey Holcomb is about to say, I would never do such a thing. I would never. But then Corey said, I would never be with somebody who I felt like their mind wasn't developed. But then Corey Holcomb found a workaround, all right, to that issue. So right when you think he said something positive, just hold your thoughts, all right? we're going to show you what Corey Holcomb workaround to being able to be with kids is.
Hey!
Well, that doesn't make it okay. What the
We're not saying it's okay.
I'm not saying it's okay.
Well, please.
But a lot of these women are children.
I am clarifying. I'm saying in America, you are limited to think that you got to wait for a hoe to be 18
No.
for it to be something that's right in your mind. But do the research on these other countries and find out when grown can put grown hoes. You'll find out. See, me personally, I would never fuck a bitch who mind ain't
Well,
developed.
that's why they have an age.
But wait, let me say this. Let me say this, D.
Do it.
Now, here's where you're really about to see how sick Corey Holcomb.
He's promoting grooming. You are absolutely right. He's promoting grooming, and he's actually teaching people, if you want to get away with the crime of playing with children, all you have to do is go overseas. This is what he's doing.
This. Corey Holcomb says, I won't mess with no woman whose mind is not developed. But then Corey Holcomb found a workaround. Corey Holcomb, from a lot of people's interpretation, what he's about to say next is him justifying and finding a workaround to how you could be with a 13, 14-year-old and have it be morally okay. That's a lot of people's interpretation of what he's about to say next. Corey Holcomb then says, well, their mind can be developed if you grow with them. So you get with a 5, 6, 7-year-old, you grow with them. So when they're 13, 14, well, their mind is not developed.
In other places of the world, you can grow with her. You can mold her mind or whatever y'all gonna do where y'all ain't got the influence of whack United States. Because you understand in the United States of America, a bitch will say you did something, and depending on who the bitch is, that's no.
I hear you on that one, but at the same time, the maturity factor, see, I think you like the fact that in those countries they can marry somebody like that because they don't know what they're doing. You just said that these girls
Who don't know what they're doing?
those girls that young, so the guy's gonna, you just said they can grow together. You already know what you're talking about. So
Hey, I know some people where the dude had to get permission to get married to the daughter,
Right.
and they are still together. It worked. Yeah.
We get pulled in.
Somebody said I said a 15, 16-year-old girl is perfect. Hey, I said a 15, 16-year-old girl is a perfect, you can have the healthiest baby you can have with somebody like that.
Statistics,
I
man.
said that. If you know anything about human anatomy, that's what I'm talking about. I said, in America, if a girl is...
So now you're promoting having a baby with a 15 to 16. If you notice his clothes, his changes, these are different episodes where he's talking about sex with children. Different episodes, different outfits.
Or under 18, then it's drama. If you are under 18 in America, it's drama.
I mean, the young, when you grown, I don't think that helped the community, man. I'm just keeping it real. It's somebody like to say, once young girls are in high school and their bodies are developed a certain way, it look good.
Corey Holcomb just said with a straight face, you can have the healthiest baby.
High school. Nigga going on 60, talking about sleeping with girls in high school.
With a woman who's 15 and 16 years old, that they produce you the healthiest baby. This is even lower than the last clip. The last clip, he said what, 16, 17, 18. He has lowered it down to 15 and 16, which is just statistically wrong. This is just wrong. But if we don't agree with it now, we don't know anatomy. What type of anatomy class have Corey Holcomb taken to where they told Corey Holcomb that a 15 or 16-year-old can produce him the healthiest baby? Sir, what? Excuse me? This is sick stuff, man. Sick. Sick stuff. But I'm not surprised that Corey Holcomb has said this at all. Because Corey Holcomb already proven what side of the fence he's on, man. The last time Corey Holcomb had a show after the first batch of these clips got released, the first PDF receipts released, Corey Holcomb came on his show and he said how we were all haters, we were envious, we were trying to tear him down, how we want to get him assassinated with the PDF allegations. And I'm like, hold on, right? Hold on, man. Hold on. At what point do you say, hey, man, let me just come out and apologize, man. Let me just come out and disavow and denounce.
Boy, Flacco, he can't apologize for what he said. He's telling people to who he is. And when a person show you who they are, you believe them.
All the nasty things I said. If they were jokes, even though I didn't hear not one joke, I didn't hear a punchline. I heard you say things with a straight face. I heard you correct a fan. When a fan said, Corey, what are you talking about? I heard you correct a fan and call him stupid and say he don't know anatomy if he doesn't believe that a 15 or 16-year-old girl can give you the healthiest baby out of any other age. You said that. But watch Corey play victim and call us haters and say we're trying to get him killed.
We ain't worried about them. They weren't never the problem. What it is, we have mass media trying to shut down the voice of Corey Holcomb and the 5150 show. And of course, the bloggers who are envious of what we do are going to join in. Ever since TMZ has gave a one-sided version of what happened, it then got to the point where even a man like me, who I don't walk around living in fear, but I fear for my life now because I see what has been said about me, and they are desperate.
You should be in fear for your life because you just exposed yourself and told the world that if you really, really want to get away with being a pedophile, all you got to do is travel to other countries. You promoted it. And now you scared?
To bring me down because the word pedophile has been thrown in the mix. And let me tell you something. This is deep. I am no pedophile. I have never been accused of being a pedophile. I have never had charges of being a pedophile. This is something that's coming from the mass media, TMZ.
No, that's coming from you. You continuously having conversations where you telling us you're excited to engage with teenagers. You constantly telling stories of being in the house of different women and their children coming in the bedroom while you in the bed with no clothes on and you excited like, yeah, my nigga, you sick. Don't blame us for what's coming out of your mouth.
Ever since they said what they said, I have been, they trying to get at me for real. Let me tell you something, what they do. Because they did this to Michael Jackson. They did this to Martin Luther King. They did this to Malcolm X. They did this to so many people. When they ready.
Malcolm X, don't, come on, stop. They did it to Michael Jackson because he was amongst the elite. So there were some things said about Michael, but there's some images of Michael too that don't look right. There's some images that I cannot get over. Images of Michael Jackson with Little Webster. I don't care what nobody say. Can y'all see this image? Y'all see it clearly? This is an image that I cannot get over with Michael Jackson. Why is that man laying on the bed? Why is Little Webster on top of that man and Michael Jackson behind him? What is going on here? Is this appropriate? If you feel like this picture is inappropriate, press 1. If you feel like there's nothing wrong with this picture, press 2 in the comment section. If you feel like there's nothing wrong with this picture, you can press 2. If this is inappropriate, press 1. keep exposing highs. I'm in my 30s now, but when me and my friends were in high school, most of the guys that was trying to get with us were grown men, construction workers. Yes, I say that all the time. Nisi, the free thinker, appreciate you. Thank you for sponsoring this war. Like, playtime is over. Y'all women got to be careful who y'all let in your house. Stop letting dudes in your house. Meet them at the hotel. Stop letting niggas in your house. Meet them at the hotel. If a nigga ain't got his own crib, you shouldn't be sleeping with him anyway. He knock you up, he can't even provide for the kid. Nigga ain't got his own crib, you shouldn't be sleeping with him. He can't provide a hotel, stop bringing these niggas home. They do not like your kids in the way you think they supposed to. They will Africa Bambaataa, Corey Holcomb, your kid. This nigga get excited when he talk about these babies.
To come get you, they assassinate your character so people don't look at you as a human being. They look at you as a villain. So they're using mass media now to come holler at your boy. This isn't little weak bloggers. Little weak bloggers have been talking crazy about me ever since I've been on air. But TMZ took a one-sided story of a woman who's addicted to drugs and quite dangerous.
This ain't about that woman, my nigga. Stop. This is about what you said out your mouth, and you constantly saying out of your mouth. And this is like the third video that Poetic Flacco did on Corey. He's tearing Corey to pieces with skits. And I'm gonna show y'all something different, right? Let me show y'all something. I hope I got this clip in this phone. Because there's a difference when people manipulate shit. Let me see. There we go.
What you thought was normal. When did you stop? When did I stop touching other children? Yes. Like,
See how they manipulating? That's what you call manipulation. That's when you call manipulation. Play everything that I said.
what you thought was normal. When did you stop? When did I stop touching other children? Yes. Like,
That's manipulation. When did I stop touching, keyword, other children? Meaning I was a child. The last time I was a child was over 40 years ago. Why are we playing these games? The last time I was a child touching other children was over 40 years ago. Why are we having this conversation? Because it's manipulation and you could tell the difference. How's you doing your thing, fam? But you funny as when I make it big in acting shit. I'm gonna ask you to be in my movie. Soldier Rob Comical, thank you for sponsoring this war family. Appreciate you. MJ said in the 90s he wanted to collab with Elmo and Barney and wonder why. That Michael Jackson picture is crazy. The Michael Jackson picture is crazy. A lot of things to be addressed. The way niggas is doing 50 is crazy. The way niggas is doing 50 is crazy.
let 50 Cent get destroyed by two grandparents. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins. I'm a finance professor. Give me 2.5 minutes. I'm explaining to you from a financial and branding standpoint as well as a culture standpoint why this rap battle between 50 Cent and T.I. which was really one-sided, was really, really interesting for the black community, black wealth, black family, and everything else. 50 Cent's platform is very immature, very petty. He was known as the king of petty. It's really funny that he was super petty, and he had time for everything before, but then suddenly, in this particular battle, he says, well, I ain't got time for this. Well, you can't take the high road and the low road at the same time. You kind of have to make a choice. So here's what's fascinating about this whole back and forth. Remember, you have two guys. One guy spent his whole career branding himself as a K-I-N-G. The other guy spent a lot of his career branding himself as a P-I-M-P, right? And P-I-M-P, in case you don't know, pimps are sex traffickers. Diddy is a sex trafficker. T.I. has his own baggage, for sure, and I'm sure he has the answer for that. But you do see a deliberate effort to grow up and mature, which you didn't necessarily see from 50 Cent. But what's fascinating about this breakdown is that T.I.'s number one flex in all of this was family. Every single song he did, he had family around. When his sons did their songs, they had family. And so what you saw here culturally, which is huge for the black community, is you saw, for the first time really in probably 30 years in hip-hop, the flex of family as a driver of power and wealth and strength. He celebrated the idea of a man having a queen as opposed to having a pack of hoes, right? He celebrated the idea of being a strong father who mentors his sons as opposed to being a guy like 50 Cent who has sons that, or kids that don't even like him that much. He actually celebrated the idea of unity as a source of tremendous power. If you saw, 50 Cent didn't just get taken down by T.I., he got taken down by the son number one. I can't remember, I don't even remember his name. The son number one that was really kind of coming back at him, and then son number two, who also has, I think, about 1 million followers himself, and even son number three may get involved, and you got the wife who's got 7 million followers. So he was getting hit from multiple fronts. This happened not because one man conquered another man. This happened because the black family conquered another man. That was epic for the black community. Family gives you strength, power, and wealth that being an individual PIMP will never give you. We will not ever have wealth if we never have family. Y'all need to understand that. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins. I'm a finance professor. I teach finances every single morning to 10,000 people for free. Just if you're on Instagram, put the word money in the comments, and you can join us in class. So you can text money to 87948. I'll see you soon. Peace.
Yeah. 50 is funny, but T.I.'s son is tearing him. This nigga T.I.'s son is tearing him to pieces. 50 is funny. I'm a heavy supporter, a heavy fan of 50, and in the past few years, 50 has been looking out for the dirty section of YouTube. Much love, Haas. Bob's Spiritual Vision. Thank you for sponsoring this war. Oh, shucks. Huh? Why is it not giving me the... Oh, okay, you must already have that already. Okay. See, what's deep about the situation with T.I., right? I'm going to show y'all what's deep about the situation with T.I. See, when you go out like this,
some people call me Till, but this is about another kind of Till that can help our mothers, our sisters, our brothers, and our fathers help get the perpetrators who commit crimes against them off the streets. All you got to do is call Crime Stoppers Atlanta. Tips can be anonymous, and there's even a reward. The number to Crime Stoppers Atlanta is 404-577-8477. That's 404.
See, when you violate in them streets and the gangsters don't accept you no more, because once he took the stand, like once T.I. took the stand in that homicide with his best friend and then got caught with them guns. And remember when 50 made that song that he played? Because I don't want to get the copyrights, so I ain't playing the songs. That song that 50 made And he said that his lawyer told him that if he was T.I., he got caught with all them guns, he would have got at least 10 years in jail. Yeah, T.I. didn't respond to 50 when 50 had that response. But see, the beautiful thing, shout out to the 3,000 people in the building. Everybody put 3,000. Let me screenshot that too for my lawyer in the YouTube text. How we got 5,600 likes with only 3,000 people in the building. Like, stop playing. We got way more than 3,000 people in the building. I guarantee you it's at least about 30,000 people in the building if we got 5,000 likes. I guarantee you that. Yeah, but T.I., he didn't respond to 50 during those days and time. But the beautiful thing about it with this nigga is that he got family. And 50 ain't looking too good. Tony Yayo and Uncle Murda can't help 50 beef with children. Tony Yayo and Uncle Murda, they can't jump in. 50 is beefing with wife and kids. It's not a good look. And in fact, when you're dealing with maturity and not egos, when you're dealing with maturity, 50 is looking bad. This is a beef that he shouldn't even played with. It went way, way too left. When he pulled Tiny in, which I understand, Tiny looks horrible. She looks horrible. But King ain't having it.
Rap beef. I love T.I. I love 50 Cent.
I can't stand this
and I
nigga.
hate bullies. It's a lot going on right there. 50 Cent has long bullied people in the culture publicly, right? Right now he's getting bullied by T.I. and the whole Harris family. On one hand, I love when a bully gets humbled because hopefully they won't continue to bully other people. On the other hand, T.I. has currently dropped 59,000 diss tracks towards 50 Cent in the last week. I think that's the right number. People don't want to speak out against beef in hip-hop. They want to micromanage it. They want to say, it's entertaining to see y'all going at it, you heard me? Just don't cross no lines that we consider to be too far. But keep beefing because it's super entertaining. It can be very tempting to see artists publicly battle each other and see who's the best. But do you know how much of a fine line that's walking? Because there's a lot of egos, pride, and legacy at stake. And when people are calling for that on a public scale, this stuff can easily turn into what it's turning into right now. As much as y'all want to turn this into a competitive sport, man, we got to learn to appreciate people's art and their heart and their ability to make the world better through what they create, period. I know and have crossed paths with both of these brothers. And I'm hoping for a peaceful resolution. If I can help in any way, of course I'm here. The thing is, it's a lot of people looking on right now, and they want to see how this is going to play out because this serves as a template for how other people handle similar situations in their own lives, whether or not they admit it. We love hip-hop, but we got to be careful that we don't let hypocritical hop, which is a spirit that wants conflict and beef and negativity to rule and prevail. We got to make sure the hypocritical hop does not win in this moment because that'll tear us apart, and that's bad for everybody. That ain't hip-hop, no. That's hypocritical.
Man, get out of here. I can't stand this nigga. Because he ain't nothing but a content creator he a thief. And then he talk with a double-edged tongue because you sit up there, you throwing shade at 50, calling them all types of bullies and talking about how you don't like them, you don't like bullies, but you want to come together and help. Man, shut up. Go put that wig and the bra back on with the fake titties, my nigga. That's what you do. Shut up. Yeah, King wasn't having it. King is not having it. But my whole thing is like, where 50 Son at? I would love to see 50 Son come and get involved in this shit show. I would love to see 50 Cent's son come out and come and get involved in this shit show. T.I. said he was gonna pull out the 2010 Double XL cover with Big Soulja. T.I. said he got too much respect for Soulja Boy. T.I. a rat trying to call somebody a rat. I would love to see 50 with his son. But let's keep it real, right? Tiny might be ugly as hell, but T.I. got a wife. T.I. sitting at that table in that restaurant, mother, with his wife, with his kids, with his family, was priceless. Because when the streets abandon you, because the streets don't love nobody, and there's nothing left, nothing else, T.I. got his family. 50 Cent ain't got nobody. And I ain't saying that to diss Fifth, because I'm riding with G-Unit hard. DC Hardinary Code, thank you for sponsoring this war, family. I'm riding with 50 hard, but the truth of the matter is, one thing I'm not going to do is get up here and be a yes man and lie to my audience for anybody. For nobody. The South ride with the South, I'm riding with New York. The South ride with the South, I'm riding with New York. And it ain't even just about New York, because I love T.I. too. I love his music. But the reality of it is, 50 Cent has been showing love to the smaller channels on Instagram. Showing mad love. The rest of these celebrities ain't been showing no love. So y'all can sit up there and talk about T.I. this, T.I. that. T.I. don't show nobody love on Instagram. Them niggas act like they don't know us. They act like they don't see us. But 50 been reaching back, showing love. Tony Yayo been reaching back. Uncle Murder been reaching back, showing love. These other niggas ain't showing no love. Them niggas got big egos. And that's why I'm riding with 50 Cent, but I have to be real. They mopping the floor with him. The nigga getting jumped by a family, and that's beautiful. Because remember when we was growing up and we thought our family was the shit, and you knew you had cousins that would ride from you, you had brothers and sisters that would ride for you, you knew you had your mother and your father. Yo, that's dope. Nigga, I wish I got a big family. I wish my family was riding on the internet like that for me. All the people that's supposed to be my friends, when niggas be making these videos and everybody know that niggas is lying on me, I don't see none of these people defending me. So right now, at this moment in time, I think T.I. got the dopest family in the world, whether Tiny is ugly or not. First of all, she put T.I. on. The only thing he could give her back is loyalty. On top of the fact that I guess it don't even matter that she ugly, because she give the nigga all types of threesomes. Now, you can't beat that. A woman that'll sit up there and say, I know what you like. You want that over there? I'm bringing her home tonight. Nigga, you can't beat that. You can't beat that. I don't care how good your punani is. A woman that's going to bring another woman home like it's Spartacus? T.I. the man. And his family is riding with him. The nigga family is riding with him. How many people sitting back and thinking, just like me, what's going through Marquise's mind? If you thought that, put a 1 in the comment section. What is going through 50 Cent's oldest son's mind as he's watching his father get jumped on the internet? Is there something in 50 Cent's son that's saying, yo, I want to get involved and help my father? Or is he sitting there laughing at his father being tag teamed and disrespected by kids on the internet? I can't help but to think, like, damn, 50 Cent's son looked just like him, and the little nigga is funny. Busy Way, how do you have a straight face when you keep calling her ugly? This for the war. Thank you for sponsoring the war. Yo, listen, man. That picture that 50 put up, I wish I would have put it to the side. That picture is diabolical. 100 talk the facts. Thank you for sponsoring this war. That picture's diabolical. Yo, she looked like a builder bitch. She didn't have to do that to her body. She did not have to do that to her body. And to be honest, I ain't trying to be disrespectful towards Tip, but most men, and if you agree with me, put a 1 in the comment section. Looking at that picture of her that 50 put up and some of the other pictures make you want to vomit. Put a 1 in the comment section. When you look at Tiny, it makes you want to throw up. That's how you know. That's some real love right there. Because I damn sure would have to put a bag over her face. I damn sure would have to put a bag over her face to blaze, for real. That girl face looked like a crime scene. That girl face looked like a crime scene. Calling all cars, calling all cars. But it's bananas because when you sit back and you analyze it, the Negro section done turned into a shit show. It's amazing how 50 Cent went from Ja Rule to T.I. He's a fatal distraction. The only question is, what is they using him, the elite, in this humiliation ritual? What are they using 54 to distract us from? What are they using 54 to distract us from? Why are they using 50 to use us to look in the opposite direction? There's a lot of things getting ready to happen in this country. There's a lot of things getting ready to happen in this country, and I just pray that y'all get right. And it's funny, right? Because I never went through no door. I never had the opportunity to actually sit up there and tell niggas no at a door. I mean, don't get me wrong, I sat down with Mace, but it wasn't no door. It was a conversation that we had over a dinner. And niggas wasn't giving niggas no door money. Niggas was trying to pigeon feed niggas like niggas was chicken heads. But nevertheless, I thank Mace for the opportunity, right? And shout out to Yayo for really trying to do business with us and trying to get us to sign deals that Fat Joe was knocking down. Yayo was trying to get us signed. Fat Joe knocked the deals down. You know, it is what it is. But I never went through no door. But it's funny, right? Because you look at my last video on this topic with 50 Cent. And this is the first video that I got in a long time that actually got 100,000 views. Y'all know I was getting 100,000 views off of every video every day. But being that my channel was being suppressed and shadow banned and they playing with my numbers, shout out to the 3,000 people in the building with the 5,700 likes. Yeah, I was supposed to cripple the like button again. Y'all so busy worried about the people coming in the building, keeping my numbers down. Y'all let the likes surpass the people in the building, which exposed and made everybody see that I was telling the truth. And thank y'all for sponsoring this war and super violating, because my super chat, yeah, y'all messed up with that too. My super chat then went crazy tonight. Thank y'all for pissing the haters off and showing niggas that I'm still that nigga on the internet. I'm still that nigga. Don't compare me to them niggas in the dirty section. Speaking of the dirty section, y'all part of the reason why niggas is losing sponsorship. Somebody tagged me the other day and told me to go look at them dudes over in the dirty section. And the king of the dirt, no, I can't even, I'm not the king of the dirt. That nigga the king of the dirty section. Them niggas was over there filthy. 6 niggas in one live just sounded ignorant. A bunch of gangbangers and a dirty fake Muslim arguing on the internet, and it was disgusting. And all these niggas was in their 40s. It was disgusting. It just looked so tacky. And I'm like, see, this is why this whole section, all the black section is being suppressed. But nevertheless, I got 100,000 views off of this topic with 50 Cent. And you know why? Because I don't want to miss my point. Because it's sort of like selling your soul without selling your soul. And it's funny, right? Because whoever behind the scenes at YouTube, they probably sitting up there waiting to see what I'm going to play and what I'm going to say in this live that they don't want me to say. And that might determine whether they allow people to come in the building to watch me again. Whether they'll let me get 20 or 30,000 people in attendance at one viewing again, based off of what I say. Because Candace Owens waged war on the Jewish community. And we all know the Jews own YouTube, but they don't suppress her numbers. That's how you know that she works for them. Because they'll let you talk about them when it's COINTELPRO and you're actually working for them. She goes live. She got 100,000 people watching her in the live, waiting for her to go live on their platform. Something just ain't right. It saddens me to know that the people in power is the most evilest shit that ever touched this earth. And they are being accused of some of the most horrible shit that you could ever accuse anybody of. Black people are waking up and realizing that everything that they told us and taught us in America was a goddamn lie. There was no slave ships for us. Our lands were stolen. Our children were fed to alligators for sport. And now we live in the days and times where we coming to find out that some of the food that we eating coming out of these supermarkets, we eating each other. But why talk about that when we could talk about 50 Cent? The black community, the black internet then turned into a shit show. Well, we actually sitting up here watching around the country. On one side, you got a black man disrespecting a black woman all over the internet. And I'm not going to be hypocritical. When I get mad, I might say some fucked up shit out my mouth too. But you got black men all over America dragging, not just 50, dragging Tiny, a black woman that's a mother of black children. Who else do we see doing that? It's disgusting because we doing it to each other and we don't see no other race publicly humiliating their women and kids like that. Ain't nobody else humiliating their women and kids like that. We doing that. Then you got the topic of, let me see something. Let me see if I got this video.
But we have to tell you, police showed plenty of restraint as huge crowds threw snowballs and chunks of snow at those officers. They looked to de-escalate the situation by leaving Washington Square Park. But here's a look at the video. Yeah, not a pretty picture. Police initially called to the scene around 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon. Hundreds of people were in the park. They looked like they were kind of having fun, like a massive snowball fight. Police showed up, though, and people in the area were warned, don't throw snowballs at police. It's common sense, but they did it anyway, hitting the officers in the back of the head. The volatile scene had at least one NYPD officer holding up some pepper spray, telling people, get back. Well, Police Commissioner Jessica Tisch, she is reacting this morning. She condemned the attack on X. She wrote, quote, the NYPD is aware of certain videos taken earlier today in Washington Square Park showing individuals attacking cops. I want to be clear, the behavior depicted is disgraceful and it is criminal. Tisch added that our detectives are investigating this matter. Look, and we're getting response from the PBA as well, the largest police union. The Police Benevolent Association called the attack unacceptable and outrageous, adding this is the environment that New York City police officers are up against. They went on to say our police officers are being treated for their injuries, but the case cannot end there. The individuals involved must be identified, arrested, charged with assault on an officer, and all of our city leaders, they must speak up to condemn this despicable attack. And the Detectives Endowment Association, that's the detectives union, they said what we saw in Washington Square Park was not harmless fun. It was a deliberate, outrageous, dangerous attack on uniformed police officers. So far, no arrests have been made. A lot of people wearing masks there, so kind of hard to see maybe who people were, even if they have some of the video.
Now, let me say this. Shout out to the judge for throwing out that case. Because there was a man that was arrested, and the judge threw the case out, or gave him a lesser charge of disorderly conduct, and threw the case out. You know why? Because there was no reason for the police to go in that park and harass those kids while they were playing with snow. Number one. Number two, if you watch all of the videos, there were police officers that was having fun, that was laughing, that thought it was fun. But the race soldiers that came in, you know, the real pink orange ones that don't even live in the community, they didn't like the fact that they came to handle business and those kids had no respect for them. They clowned them. Those kids, those colorful kids, those what you would call illegals, because a lot of those kids in New York City now is like a melting pot. You don't know what the hell they are. It's just a bunch of them. They made the police look weak. Look at the pulling the numbers out of the live now. They made the police look weak. And that's another thing too. I'm gonna be doing my lives from now on Twitch. My Twitch is Hassan_Campbell. Hassan_Campbell. All of my lives now are gonna be on Twitch. I'm not wasting my time doing lives on YouTube no more. All of my lives are going to be on Twitch. Hassan_Campbell. Because I can't keep playing these games that they playing where they decide that they're just going to start pulling people out of my lives and controlling my lives. And you see how we just went from 2,800 people back to 3,100 people in the building again? It's because they pulling people out. And they readjusting my channel. So when I put a pre-recorded up, the views will be less than what it is. They don't want y'all to see that I'm still the truth. They don't want y'all to see that I'm running circles around these celebrities. That these celebrities can't go live and get the same numbers that I'm getting by myself. They don't want y'all to see that. Stop playing with my channel. Go play with somebody else's channel. Yes, I will be on Twitch. Make sure Hassan_Campbell. Matter of fact, I need for y'all to go run that Twitch up. I haven't put a video up there yet, but I need for y'all to run that Twitch up. Where my Twitch at? Right now, I'm at 22 followers on Twitch. So y'all going over to my Twitch. Y'all see me with my orange Pele. Right there, that's my Twitch right there. Y'all run it up over there. While I'm sitting here watching right now, I want to see them followers jump. I got 22 followers on Twitch. I don't care if y'all leave this live. I don't care if all 3,000 of y'all right now leave this live and go over to that Twitch. Y'all run that Twitch up because I'm not going live on YouTube like that no more. I might do a few more just to let y'all know because I ain't got time to be playing these games. I don't like what they doing in my channel. What I want to be able to talk about, what I want to be able to talk about. Run that Twitch up. Those kids in that park made them police look weak. All the excuses that the adults be sitting up there making, all the excuses that the adults be making, well, we can't do this, we can't do that, them kids don't care. They done went from running through Bay Plaza in the Bronx and running through and riding and running through all those stores to go into the park and playing in the storm. And I want to just say this, right? White kids, police in white communities play with their kids when they playing in the snow. When white kids go outside to play in the snow, white police officers go to play with them. But black kids ain't supposed to have fun. You're not supposed to enjoy the snow. You're supposed to be miserable. You're supposed to get stopped and frisked when you walking to and from. If I was black kids in America, I wouldn't respect my black parents neither. When you hearing stories coming from officials in the news and the government that children are being kidnapped and eaten and the parents ain't doing nothing about it. Why should the children in America respect the adults in America when children are going missing and the adults won't fight for them? Why should the children in America respect the adults in America when the adults in America won't fight for them? Make that make sense. The adults in America won't fight for their children. Did somebody tell the FBI stop pulling people out of my live?
Government officials, all you pansy, suit-wearing, toupee-having sons of bitches. I don't think y'all understand the severity of the situation here, but y'all are protecting pedophiles. Ain't nobody been prosecuted, ain't nobody been arrested, ain't nobody been hanged. Y'all are pissing off a group of people who catch rattlesnakes with their bare fucking hands. We literally wrestle alligators. We shoot cherry bombs at each other on purpose. We jump in a fucking ring with a bull and because it's fun. Hell, half of us that joined the military, we joined it because a judge looked at us and said, Army or jail. We are degenerate, redneck.
Hold up. Did y'all hear that? I had to stop it there. When they go to court, the judge says Army or jail. All of those white boys get training. When they get in trouble, they get sent to training. When we get in trouble, we get sent to Attica, Clinton, Dannemora, Rikers Island, C-95, C-73, Green Haven. Y'all listening? Are y'all listening?
Government officials, all you pansy, suit-wearing, toupee-having sons of bitches. I don't think y'all understand the severity of the situation here, but y'all are protecting pedophiles. Ain't nobody been prosecuted, ain't nobody been arrested, ain't nobody been hanged. Y'all are pissing off a group of people who catch rattlesnakes with their bare fucking hands. We literally wrestle alligators. We shoot cherry bombs at each other on purpose. We jump in a fucking ring with a bull, and because it's fun. Hell, half of us that joined the military, we joined it because a judge looked at us and said, Army or jail. We are degenerate, redneck, steel toe wearing. We literally would have to take off work, load up a bunch of Ford Rangers and fucking shotgun racks, and come up there to Washington, D.C. to put our fucking foot in your ass. And that is a country, cornbread-fed can of ass whooping that y'all don't want. So I reckon y'all should get y'all's ass in gear and get on the fucking ball and do something about it, because I got some buddies. They're fucking pissed, bro. And they're ready to shoot people. And they're ready to, for real, kick doors. And I don't know one good man on my side of the fence that wouldn't lay his life down for one of these babies. And y'all sitting up in there, y'all's pansy asses is sitting up in the fucking White House just with your feet kicked up. Oh, we should move on to something else. No, fuck you. You should hang these bastards. That's what you should do.
But y'all see the conversations, the difference in the conversations that black people are having and white people are having? The biggest conversation in America right now, the biggest distraction, the biggest shit show went from 50 Cent or G-Unit, Tony Yayo, shout out to Yayo, and Uncle Murder, beefing with Ja Rule, to now 50 Cent to T.I. Do y'all understand the difference in the conversation and how weak and lost black people are right now?
So is this the part where we stop going to work and paying our taxes, or are we just gonna go on like nothing happened? Let me know. You know, I really miss the good old days, you know, where I would say that you were being controlled by a bunch of overlords who were into children and potentially eating humans. I was just a fucking conspiracy theorist. I was just a tinfoil hat. Yeah, so we going to work tomorrow, or let me know.
Good question. Are we going to work tomorrow for the elite? When we know what they're doing? See the difference in the conversation? Black America has turned into a shit show. It's a shit show. Black America has turned into a shit show. And it's crazy because all I've been hearing lately is about foundational black America and the tethers. The tethers is equivalent to you watching Spartacus and calling them Romans. Calling now when they say tethers, right? Or I will say Romans. We'll use the word Roman for right now. When they say tethers, they're talking about Jamaicans, Panamanians, Haitians, Africans, anybody that's not black, foundational black America that wasn't born here. If you're from an island or you're from Africa, they're not like us. This is what they're saying. This is what the argument is, and I get it. Because the foundational blacks, which is us, that's born in America, are mad because any other time before Ice Baby, before Ice start running down on niggas, everybody and their mother tell you, I'm not black. I know black. I know black. I know black. Now that Ice is running down on niggas, everybody's black. The Somalians is black. The Nigerians is black. Everybody's black. Oh no, I'm not black. I'm African. Now y'all black, right? Yeah, it's embarrassing. It's disgusting. Yo, Haas, this is why you the greatest on this app. You've been talking about these things for our community. The rest are frauds other than Candace Owens. See, I love Candace Owens, but I don't trust Candace as far as I could throw her because there's no way in hell they letting Candace get the numbers that she's getting on this platform and they suppressing everybody else. You still letting Candace get all these numbers, but you suppressing everybody else? That's weird to me. Born in West Africa, immigrated to New York at 3 years old. See me? I've been doing a lot of arguing with foundational blacks because I feel the way they feel somewhat, not all the way. Me growing up in the Zulu Nation and me going to the masjid. Me growing up in the Zulu Nation, there was Zulus that come from every culture. So I was raised and groomed in a melting pot of different people where we was like a family in the first family of Africa Bambaata's pedophilia house of hip hop. But there was beautiful things going on there too with this monster, this black or West Indian Epstein. Yeah, this is why I take these situations serious, because I was raised and groomed by a monster. I was raised and groomed by a monster. This is what introduced me to y'all on this internet. So for me to act like that this fight ain't my fight and it ain't our fight? Nah, not on my watch. Not on my watch. Black people are doing a good job of looking in the opposite direction of evil. Black people are doing a good job of looking in the opposite direction of evil. Listen to the difference in the conversations between blacks and whites.
I mean this in the rudest, most threatening way possible. The more that I have to listen to these videos of these children screaming when people like John Podesta are doing God knows what to them, it makes me feel violent, if I'm being honest. And I can be so violent. When you go watch my movie, you're going to realize how violent I can be. And I'm at that point in my life where I can afford to find other violent people to go and fight these people. And I feel like maybe we should go John Wick style and just put a picture up and put out a bounty, right? Should we go bounty hunting? Are there any bounty hunters out there? Because I'm willing to pay the vig. Okay.
You even got the white women fed up. Twin, sup, Haas? Thank you for sponsoring this war, family. Appreciate you. Come on. We not angry enough. How we not angry? Yo, you know how many videos I'm watching? Do you know how many videos I'm watching where these people are telling us every time we eat ground beef or we eat ground turkey, we eating each other? And I believe it. I don't want to eat meat no more. Do you know how many videos I'm watching where we're being told that when we eat meat, we're eating human meat? If you believe it, put a 1 in the comment section. Throughout the years, I've seen people get in trouble on social media for conspiracy theories and lose their whole channels. Now, every conspiracy that's ever been a conspiracy has become true in the Epstein files. Everything that was a conspiracy has become true, even down to 9/11 in the Epstein files. And if y'all don't realize that something big is getting ready to happen, salute to YouTube, big homie Haas. Dream Mega, thank you for sponsoring this war. Appreciate you, family. Come on, man. Look at the conversations between black people and white people. We so ignorant it ain't even funny. Alex Jones was right since years ago. And then this mutt right here.
So, I have been posting my thoughts and my stance on this, but I haven't spoken directly because I don't know what to say. I am so sad and I am so angry. And
They accused her of eating children. They said she eats them, allegedly.
I know I'm not going to say the right thing. I know that there are going to be a lot of people who are going to be in disagreement with what I say, but I have a platform and I have a voice, and I have always stood for equality. I have always wanted to be the voice for people who felt like they didn't have a voice, because I know what that feels like. And maybe you don't agree with how it's coming out, but you have to understand it, and then we can heal it. I'm just so sorry that it's come to this. I really don't know what to say other than this has gone on way, 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 way too long. People have gotten away with murder, and that's what's happening. So we've got to see fairness, and we've got to see justice for all, because right now this is not a fair world. Not at all.
She on the list. That's the crazy part about it. She's on the list.
All right, folks, let me tell you what I think is fixing to happen. First of all, we got Obama talking about aliens. Now Trump says he's going to release the UFO and aliens files, right? Now we're headed into Iran to go to war, and everybody says that Iran has nuclear weapons, right? If you remember Roswell, which equals 32, which is 5, Roswell, New Mexico, it was 23 months, which is 5, between the time we popped off a nuclear bomb and the aliens showed up, right? So I think what we're looking at is War of the Worlds, which was written, right, 1835, which is 23, which is 5. What I believe they're going to do is same thing they did with Tartaria, where they zapped it all. They had airships with free energy and direct energy weapons, and they just fucking zapped it.
Yo, I got to stop it right there. I got to stop it right there for a second. Listen, right? So just last week, they was talking about they tested a new weapon over in the Gaza Strip, and they said that they used laser beams to hit those people and made their body disintegrated. They said they hit those people with laser beams that made their body disintegrate. Now listen to what he said, or what he's saying, because I should have did a whole live just off of this video alone.
All right, folks, let me tell you what I think is fixing to happen. First of all, we got Obama talking about aliens. Now Trump says he's going to release the UFO and aliens files, right? Now we're headed into Iran to go to war, and everybody says that Iran has nuclear weapons, right? If you remember Roswell, which equals 32, which is 5, Roswell, New Mexico, it was 23 months, which is 5, between the time we popped off a nuclear bomb and the aliens showed up, right? So I think what we're looking at is War of the Worlds, which was written, right, 1835, which is 23, which is 5. What I believe they're going to do is same thing they did with Tartaria, where they zapped it all. They had airships with free energy and direct energy weapons, and they just fucking zapped everything. That is War of the Worlds, right? So they have Starlink, which is 32, from SpaceX, which is 86, 1 plus 4 equals 5, and that's going to be the cloaking system for these military aircraft. They're going to look like alien spacecraft, right? Because it's Project Bluebeam. Project Bluebeam equals 25. Why? Because 25 is 86. So they are warning us, look at the Olympic symbols, right? It's the Masonic thing, and it's the Masonic thing on the Olympic logos. And so what they're going to do, I believe, is by Agenda 2030, they want to reduce the population to
500 million, right? Just like the Georgia Guidestones said, they're going to zap us all just like they zapped Tartaria. Only this time, they want everybody to believe that it was an alien invasion, right? That's why they're setting it up. They're going to release the UFO files because why? Because the cult of Baal is trapped like rats in the corner. They are fully exposed. And this is what they do when they're exposed. They just obliterate everything. I think they did it to Atlantis. I think they did it to Lemuria. We know they did it to Tartaria because we have the pictures of the airships with the dew weapons on them. We have the melted buildings. And so they've got Starlink. That's going to be the cloaking system for the aircraft that are going to have the dew weapons that they used in Maui, Hawaii. And now they're burning shit up all over the place again. Yep. They're going to melt everything, guys. That's my prediction. So by 2030, which is 5, right, they're going to do a new Roswell. They're going to do this thing with Iran. Iran's going to pop off a nuclear bomb. They're going to say that attracted the aliens, just like Roswell, right? 23 months after we popped off a nuclear bomb, Roswell, which is 32, the aliens showed up. Yep. And then they're going to zap everything just like Tartaria. So sign, share, and promote the Full Disclosure Act, people, because the problem is this. I see the problem. You've got a cult. This is what the occult does, people. They've done it over and over and over, the Great Reset. So sign, share, and promote the Full Disclosure Act. Peace.
Y'all don't realize how deep this is. We're going to have to dig into that. Mariah, Ellen is fake. Thank you for sponsoring this war. Appreciate you, family. I think something with holograms, new AI weapons, text will confuse people soon. Oh, I'm about to get there, music. Georgia Guidestones was destroyed, right? Yes, they was destroyed because they erasing where they told you they're going to reduce the population. Now, a video that I was going to make earlier. I need y'all to keep violating that like button. I love what y'all did. Y'all might as well get us all the way up to 6,000 likes. Y'all did it. Matter of fact, get it past that. I want to see how many people was really in the building. Everybody in the building, super violate that like button and share this live. I know we got more people in the building. I know we got way more views. Violate that like button. Now, let me break something down to y'all, right? Lately, I've been playing with the little AI videos. And if you go to my Instagram, you see I did a little thing for Cora with her birthday, where I took pictures and made those pictures come to life. I made those pictures come to life. I've even taken pictures of dead people and made those pictures come alive. Now, for those of us that's been on this earth 40 years, 30 and 40, where we could go back to the 90s and the 80s and the 70s, you know that if somebody told us that we can do that today, in today's time, we would have looked at them like they was crazy. As a matter of fact, there was people that was telling us that we was going to have this technology and people was calling them crazy. So now we in the future. And we have something called Project Blue Beam, where if you look, there's channels on YouTube where they show you holograms, where you see ships coming out of the sky and they look real, where you see whales splashing in water in the sky and it looks real. You can't even tell the difference whether it's fake or not. And then you see the people getting excited as they watching. Do you realize what they getting ready to do with this technology? Trump told us we only had to vote one more time because something big is getting ready to happen. The technology that's getting ready to be used the earth is getting ready to shake. You're going to see tornadoes like you ain't never seen before. You're going to see snowstorms like you ain't never seen before. You're going to see tsunamis like you ain't never seen before. You're going to see floods like you ain't never seen before. When they told you that you would own nothing and be happy, because if you could survive what's getting ready to happen, and you make it into one of those smart cities, those 15-minute cities, where you even more of a slave than you are right now, you'll be happy. Because in a minute, you're not going to own nothing. In a minute, when the waters wash away this land, these people are diabolical. We know who they are and what they're capable of. And they don't care no more. Because we're not willing to do nothing about it. And even if we tried to do something about it right now, they're about to hit the reset button. We have been conditioned not to even care. That's why when people sit up there and talk about, oh, what they'd do if they was a slave or during the time of slavery, you are a slave right now. Your tax dollars are going overseas to a people that do not respect you. But you so busy in America talking about, I don't want my money going to the border jumpers. Your money going overseas. Voting is fake. The elections is fake. America being the land of the free is fake. Bob's Preach Eyes, thank you for sponsoring this war. Appreciate you. Your freedom is fake. You got people in the military that don't even want to be in the military no more because everything that they thought that they was fighting for is fake. The military don't even feel proud anymore. You going out there, you training, and you saluting. There's nothing more beautiful than the American flag when you overseas. There is nothing more beautiful than the American flag when you are overseas in enemy territory. Then you start to realize that the real enemies is the people that's in control. And playing with the emotions of white people and black people. Playing with the emotions. The people in power don't like the fact that white people and black people done bridged the gap and became very, very cool. Everybody's not happy with that. Everybody's not happy with that. I sit back and I watch some of these white content creators, white militia, whatever you want to call them. Every day they wake up and every day they go to sleep. They trying to get rid of white people that's cool with black people and black people. And then they telling the white people that's cool with the black people, we outnumber you. All y'all gonna get it. And I'm sitting up there saying to myself, you know, I'm cool. If we got beef and if it's going to be some static, we can handle it, but y'all not going to do nothing about the Epstein files? And I mean this from the bottom of my heart because I cannot stand to hear, read. Look, I've laid down for days with no strength, no energy. I just lay down. You know what it's like to get so overwhelmed with those Epstein files where it make you, those are white kids. And to all you rednecks out there that really got a problem with black people, I'm cool with that. But could you please, before you get to us, or before you go run the Muslims out of America because y'all don't like the Muslims, y'all clearly see who's in power, what religion really runs America. We can't talk about them. Y'all see clearly what religion really runs America and is extorting us, and who blackmailed us and blacklisted us into these Epstein files, but y'all won't fight them? You're not going to save your white kids, but you're looking for a race war. You're not going to save your white babies that's being eaten, but you're looking for a holy war with Muslims that's praying in Times Square? Make that make sense, white boy. Make it make sense to me. White people, black people, whatever people you are, you better wake up, because the people in power don't care about none of us. The people in power don't care about none of us. And I know they promised some of y'all that y'all going to get y'all race war, and it's going to be a civil war, and y'all going to take back America like y'all took it from us in the first place and told us we came from Africa, but we was originally here. You know, the crazy part about it is white people don't even realize that we didn't come from Africa. Because somewhere, this technology has always been here. And they keep pressing the reset button. This technology didn't just get here. This shit been here. And whoever is behind the scenes, they keep hitting the reset button from the beginning of time. Every time we get close to figuring out what's really going on in this matrix, they hit the reset button on us. Mariah, Committee of 300, thank you for sponsoring this war. This where you lose me, Haas, and you be half-stepping because you don't call out religion being fake. Can't break the spell if we don't call out. Listen, let me explain something to you. Mastermind, J Mastermind. I let people believe in whatever religion that they want to believe in. I understand that some of y'all people have a hatred towards people's religion, but who I pray to should not affect you. You shouldn't care. Who they pray to should not affect you. You shouldn't care. Why does it bother? I can't understand this. Why does it bother some people that other people believe in God? Why does it bother you? If I go in my living room and make salat, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, and I sit up there and say, Bismillah ar-Rahmanir Rahim, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, ar-Rahmanir Rahim. If I decide to pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, what does it affect you? When my kids go outside and I got to worry about the Cookie Monster literally eating them, and them never coming home, and I decide while I'm on my knees, oh God, please protect over my children as they walk out my door. Protect them from the evils of this world and let them come home safe. Why does that bother you? Can somebody please explain that to me? People have a right to believe in what they want to believe in without somebody else telling them what they should believe in or what they shouldn't believe in. What you eat don't make me shit. I'm not bothered by what somebody else believes in. I'm bothered of the fact that there is a religion that runs America, that is extorting America, that's using the Epstein files to run America, to extort America and push us into a holy war. That is what I don't like. As far as me calling religion fake, for what? People have a right to believe in God, and you have a right not to believe in God. It shouldn't affect you. I'm not half-stepping. I believe in God. Whole point is you pray to the gods of the world given to you by PDF. So why would you half-ask yourself, do we care? First of all, I don't believe that my religion or my beliefs is PDFs. You do. I don't believe that. That's your belief. That's not what I practice, or any Muslim in America that I know don't practice playing with children. You don't see nobody in America, no Muslim. You see Corey Holcomb talking about how he liked to make love. You don't see Muslims in America talking about that they want to have a good time with children. You don't see that in America. I don't care what they do overseas. You got people in America eating children. You talking about PDF files. You got people in America eating children. You're not talking about that. But you're talking about somebody being a PDF file. Like, cut it out, my nigga. I'm actually fighting the war and using my channel for that, but you calling me out. So what I'm doing is not good enough? Me using my voice is not good enough because it's not suiting what you feel and how you feel is supposed to be? Nah. Some people are always going to be like, I'm not the one that try to get a whole committee up or a gang up to go in one direction just to please others. Like, no, I don't care who believes in what. Once your religion impedes on my freedom or my money or my lifestyle, then I have a problem. I don't care what you pray to. I don't worry about what people pray to. I believe in God. I firmly believe in God. You can't tell me that we have the power. I have the power to press a button. 100 years ago, if you would have told a slave while they was on a plantation that we would have a button and I would be able to tell people all over the world that there's a people that's eating children and some of the people won't even care, that we will be talking through this TV screen and I'll be looking at y'all and y'all looking at me. Do you believe in magic? Who created this magic? It's working. Could we explain to each other how it's working? No. All we know is that they tell us that it's a chip in there and electricity is running, but it's working. It's magic. There's no way in hell you're going to tell me that I'm not. I could see me talking to you people and I could read what y'all saying. I could read the words coming out of your mouth through a text message, but I'm not supposed to believe in God? You telling me that I can read your words right now and you people could sponsor my war and give me all of the money that y'all gave me through my super chat tonight? And that there's not a God? You can't convince me that there's a God. There's not a God, but the devil is real. Listen, I rock with you, OG, but this whole system was given to us by rulers of the world who are PDFs. If we can't break the religion spell, we are doomed, OG. Religion spell? I don't have a spell over me. I'm trying to wake people up right now. Niggas rather talk about 50 Cent and T.I. and how ugly Tiny is. Religion ain't doing that. Social media is. Religion ain't doing that. These rappers and actors is. The biggest weapon being used against people, that, you know, the crazy part about it is, you people who hate religion, you know what pisses me off about y'all? Because we are living in a day and a time where people don't even practice their religion no more. People are not worshiping God no more. This is the thing that kills me about you niggas that hate religion. People are not worshiping God anymore. So you clearly see the devil running wild. People don't care about God no more. You tell them, you want me to bash religion when people are not even practicing a religion. You want me to bash religion, people are not even practicing a religion. You know what they practicing? The music industry. You know what they practicing? Hollywood. That's what they practicing. Am I lying? If y'all with what I'm saying, press 1 in the comment section. If I'm lying, press 2 in the comment section. Let's be real. People are not even turning to God no more. They turning to social media. Women are running around naked all over the internet. Women are running around naked all over the internet. Every time I turn on the internet, I be like, yo, sometimes I don't even want to be in that mood. Women are competing with women on the internet. Men are competing with men on the internet. Nobody is satisfied in their own home no more. Women are cheating on the job. The men are getting coochie before they come home from work. Women are cheating on the job. You got chicks in the hospitals getting mollywopped all through the hospitals. You got correction officers getting aired out in the jails. You got teachers getting knocked up in the classrooms by other teachers and students. Religion ain't doing that. That's social media, aka the Antichrist. The worst thing that happened to us as a community was this TV and then social media. Television destroyed us as a people. Social media destroyed us as a people. This younger generation don't give a goddamn about no religion. That's why they angry, because they ain't got nobody praying for them. These young kids running down on the police and whipping them out with snow and intimidating them. Just imagine if those kids had guns. They ran the police off with wet, soft snow. Just imagine if they had hard metal bullets. You're right about that. I don't hate religion. I hate what is done to my people. But my entire point is the whole system is bad and was given at birth. Listen, at the end of the day, people will kill you over their religion. So I don't play with people's religion. Some people are serious about the God that they pray to and they're killed. I'm not fighting nobody over what they believe in. I'm not fighting nobody over what they believe in. You're free to believe. Once I try to take your belief, I just tried to make you a slave. Once I try to tell you what you can believe in, I just made you a slave. I'm not trying to turn nobody into my slave. People are free to believe what they want to believe in. And once you take that away, they're not free anymore. Nobody forced religion on me. This is America. Nobody forced religion on you neither. People chose what they feel like they like for themselves. What sounds like the truth for themselves. That's what makes America a beautiful country. Because we have the choice to choose what we want. Not to be forced upon what we want. We have a choice. That's what makes America beautiful. I want people to believe in what they believe in. Pray to who you pray to. Then we can go hang out after that. then we could go hang out right after that